Alright, greetings in Lakesh, and we're just going to talk about the 13 moon calendar and how we can actually utilize it in a day-to-day basis and an actual useful basis as well. So the 13 moon calendar, as the name suggests, consists of 13 months or moons, and each of them are going to be 28 days each exactly. 28 days, and that's 4 weeks of 7 days, so it's actually pretty easy to switch from the Gregorian calendar to the 13 moon calendar. Now the days of the week are slightly different, and they actually represent something deep, and what they actually represent are what is known as the radioplasmas. And now these are actually the building blocks that the main 7 chakras, the energy systems, naturally emanate. And so, got the days of the week here. I'm going to start with Dali, which is crown chakra day. And that is the symbol for it. It is normally in yellow, but we don't have colors here. So, Dali, day 1. And one of the things with the 13 moon calendar is that it'll be consistent in the way that day 1, and then as we go through day 8, 15, and 22 are always going to be Dali days as well. So it's the first day of the week, but it is also days for 1, 8, 15, and 22. And so that is crown. And so what are the purposes of synchronizing with the chakras? And so in the second book, Book of the Avatar, it talks about that humans are meant to evolve into, if they aren't already, into holonomic energy capacitors and energy generators for the planetary system and consciousness. So quite literally, we are emanating this radioplasma known as Dali in our crown chakras. Everybody's doing it automatically. But one of the purposes that can synchronize us is when all around the world there are people in different cultures, in different languages, who are all focusing upon this as well. And so the more people are focusing on generating this energy, it amplifies very much so. It might double every time a consciousness is focusing on something. That's something referenced in the Law of One. Anyways, we're going to continue through the days of the week. So the next day, and it doesn't go from top to bottom as you would for the normal, if you wanted to do the 7 chakras. It actually goes in a spiral. So it'll go crown and then to the root. So the root day is known as Seli. And that symbol looks like this. Okay, so Seli is the radioplasma from the root chakra. That would normally be red. And then that is day number 2. And so when we're going through the 13 moon calendar, it'll always be every day 2, 9, 16, as well as 23. And this is consistent for every moon, no matter which one it is. So you could literally look a year and a half from now and be like, oh, what do you want to do on the 4th moon and 17th day? And you'll know that it's a third eye day, or gamma, every single time. So the consistency is something that also creates harmony within the mind that you don't get in the Gregorian calendar system. Heck, probably most people, if you were to ask them what they're going to do next month on, let's say, November 14th, they're not going to know what day of the week it is. They're not going to know if it's a weekend or if they're working. And so there's all this that creates this abnormalities and irregularities within the Gregorian calendar. But we're about harmony here. So I'm going to move on, hopefully leaving myself enough room. Next we have day number 3, which is Gamma. And today is also a Gamma day. And that is associated with the third eye. So this pen isn't working too great. And interestingly, third day of the week, and so that'll occur on every day number 3, 10, 17, and 24 of every moon. Next, we're moving to the secret center, or also known as the sacral chakra. Make it a little bit smaller, leave myself enough room. Oh, and by the way, the gamma plasma is in white. The Kali plasma here is in blue. And so that is sacral. 4th day of every week, rather. So that could be your Wednesday or something. It might be that in the future. And that occurs on days number 4, 11, 18, and 25 of every moon.
Mm-hmm.
So next we got 3 more days of the week. This radioplasma, known as alpha. And that one is associated with the third eye. The throat chakra. Radioplasma is in the color yellow. And there are also other layers which you can go into based on every day of the week that is there. You can tune into, you can meditate to different qualities of the chakras, which are readily available in many different cultures and books across the world. Again, the goal isn't to get the information necessarily from this, rather it's to tune into these qualities of the information that's already available in the world, because all of the information is connected and is one. So whatever practices you have that are personal to you that connect with these chakras on any day of the week, it is encouraged, whatever you want to do. So alpha, it's third chakra, day number 5. Maybe switch colors here. None of these work too good. So, throat chakra, and those are going to be days number 5, 12, 19, and 26 of every moon. Next, we have the 6th day of the week, the Limi, and that is associated with the solar plexus chakra. And that symbol looks like this in the color red, similar to the pi symbol. Solar plexus, and that happens on days number 6, 13, 20, and 27. Alright, almost done with the 7 days of the week. Lastly but not least, the culmination of the 7 days, the center of the spiral where we gather the energy beginning at the crown, and that is Cilio, which is the heart chakra. That is what this symbol looks like in white. And every 7th day of the week also is known as a global Rainbow Bridge Meditation Day. And so there are multiple people around the world which are visualizing this rainbow electromagnetic arc, double rainbow, which brings peace and love to all beings in an effort to reduce war and violence. So heart culmination, and that is on every day number 7, 14, 21, and 28. So as we can see here, we have a very similar system to what we already use 7 days of the week, but with more meaning here. Here we have an opportunity every day to connect with the collective energies, as well as what it means to us individually on each day. Essentially, as much as it is a collective process, it is meant to be your own self-oracle, where you meditate and find the path that is unique to you. And there are different qualities which you can always go into. This is the basic part of the 7 days of the week, but there are some of the layers that are not going into right now are the 6+1 mental spheres, which are connected to each of the days. You can connect to the 441 matrix and those numbers and the process that is known as synchrogalactic yoga. And that's a practice that synchronizes with all the 7 days and can help you bring the energies of balance and reharmonizing your mind to the energies and flows of nature and the cosmos, where it's so easy in this world to get caught up in what's known as the 1260 frequency, and where the world is in an attempt to move faster and faster in a mechanical way instead of flowing with the tides of nature, where it's one day at a time here, and the world is trying to count every second and minute as if that is the truest measure of quality. So it's a brief overview right now for today. I had an acronym that I thought of a while ago, but we'll think of another one. DSGKALS. So, anyways, in Lakesh, one love. All right.